Hello and welcome to your MyInspirationForLife.com coaching session. When you first learned of this session's topic, Habits Run Your Life, what thoughts entered your mind? As you reflect on the concept that habits run your life, how does that make you feel? Does it stir within you a desire to understand how habits are developed and perhaps how to break or overcome some unwanted habits? Well, those are some of the principles we will be sharing with you today.
One of the most complete descriptions of a habit is by an unknown author, and it goes like this. I am your constant companion. I am your greatest helper or your heaviest burden. I will push you onward or I will drag you down to failure. I am completely at your command. Half of the things you do, you might as well turn over to me, and I will do them perfectly. I am easily managed. You must merely be firm with me. Show me exactly how you want something done, and after a few lessons, I will do it automatically. I am the servant of all great people and of all failures as well. Those are who great, I have made great. Those who are failures, I have made failures. I am not a machine, though I work with all the precision of a machine plus the intelligence of man. You may run me for profit or run me for ruin. It makes no difference to me. Take me, train me, be firm with me, and I will place the world at your feet. Be easy with me, and I will destroy you. Who am I? I am habit. After reading such a vivid description of habit, it's no wonder author Og Mandino in his book, The Greatest Salesman in the World, wrote, "We must form good habits and become their slaves." Now reflect again on his statement for a moment. We must form good habits and become their slaves. What do you suppose is the key word in this statement? I'm sure you and I can agree the key word in his statement is good.
How many of you have heard comments like, "We are creatures of habit," or "I can't help it, it's just a habit"? In the movie Pearl Harbor, Jon Voight was playing Franklin D. Roosevelt when in one scene, Roosevelt is told by his generals and advisors all the reasons why achieving victory in World War II was too hard. In response, Voight, playing Roosevelt, who remember was confined to a wheelchair due to polio, dramatically lifts himself up using the table and stabilizes himself on his non-functioning legs. He then stares down every shocked person in the room and says, "Don't tell me it can't be done." As I reflect on those 7 words, "Don't tell me it can't be done," I would like you and I to apply them to the overcoming or breaking of bad habits. "I can't help it, it's just a habit" is an excuse for not changing and becoming better through personal improvement. To say and subsequently believe that "I can't help it, it's just a habit" is to believe you have lost your ability to choose. That is a lie. A negative belief that will keep you average and mediocre. It will keep you from accomplishing your dreams and becoming what you want to become. Don't tell me it can't be done, because it can, whatever it is. If you have habits, those things that you do automatically without much thought, they were developed. How? Well, that brings us to the subject of how habits are developed.
The Encyclopedia Britannica teaches us that psychology reveals a habit is any regularly repeated behavior that requires little or no thought and is learned rather than innate. A habit can be part of any activity. Reinforcement encourages the repetition of behavior or response each time the stimulus that provoked the behavior reoccurs. The behavior becomes more automatic with each repetition. Now, how long does it take to develop a habit? It is generally agreed that at least 30 days is the time needed to ingrain a new habit. In addition, it's important to realize that the activity should be performed consistently at least once a day. The consistent reinforcement and repetition of any behavior for at least 30 days will become a habit, good or bad. All right, we have now learned how habits, good or bad, are developed. Now, I'm sure you have a habit or two that doesn't serve you very well. We all do. How can we break those unwanted habits? There are basically 5 methods that are commonly used to break unwanted habits. Let's discuss them briefly. Number 1, the replacement of the old habit with a new habit, like eating fruit instead of candy to satisfy a craving for sweets. Number 2, the repetition of the behavior until fatigue or another unpleasant response takes over. For example, being forced to smoke cigarettes until nauseated so that a repulsion for cigarettes replaces the desire to smoke. Number 3, the change of environment to separate the individual from the stimulus that is prompting the habit. For example, if you're trying to stop drinking, avoid the bars. Number 4, the gradual introduction of the stimulus that is provoking the behavior. For example, overcoming a child's fear of adult dogs by giving the child a puppy. And number 5 is punishment, which is in most cases the least effective method. Now remember, whatever method you choose to use for breaking an unwanted habit, you must be consistent with your reinforcement and repetition of the new behavior, which you would like to become a habit. We would like to suggest a number of behaviors that will serve you well and encourage you to make them habits in your life.
Our first suggestion is to get up 15 minutes earlier every day for 30 days until it becomes a habit. Just 15 minutes each day equals 7 extra hours a month. That's almost an additional 8-hour workday. That's yours to spend any way you choose. Here's one. Eliminate 30 minutes of TV watching every day. When you develop that habit, you gain an additional 14 hours a month. What productive things could you do with an extra 14 hours a month? On a personal note, get in the habit of saying, "I love you," to your spouse or someone significant in your life at the close of every day. Remember, do it for at least 30 days and this will become a wonderful habit. We have developed this session's action guide to assist you with developing positive, rewarding habits. So go ahead and print out your action guide. Take action and feel good about what you will accomplish in the next week or two. In closing, remember what Nathan Emmons wrote. Habit is either the best of servants or the worst of masters. Until next time, this is Dwight and Doug saying, always be positive, be inspired, and serve others.